What the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, aka Animated Heroes, here, back with another action figure review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Ultimate Legends. Yes, I finally got it this time. I don't know how I missed that last time. But yes, the Ultimate Legends Bandai Naruto action figure. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, starting off with that sexy packaging, that's not really all that sexy, and I'm going to throw it away. It does say warning, choking hazard right there, ages 4 and up, Ultimate Legends, Naruto. We've got the pre-Shippuden Naruto. Finally, a really good articulated version that isn't $200+. It does say Naruto Bandai right there, made in China, whatever, Bandai, and yeah, obviously nothing's on the side. On the back, you do have the figure in a couple of poses you can get him into, looking really good. He's got that signature smile right there. It does say Naruto Uzumaki, made in China, and then if you're looking for this, here is the barcode. So yeah, you can pause right now if you want that. Let's go ahead and bust it open because I've been waiting on this. Now, before anything else, I have to give a big shout out to my boy on Instagram who found this and sent it to me. You guys have no idea how hard I have been looking for this figure, and not finding it has been one of the most frustrating things in the world. And now that I have it, I need 2 more of these. At least, minimum, I need 2 more of these. And hopefully I can find them somewhere in my town. I feel like they've probably hit my target and been snagged. So big shout out to my homie who sent me these. I will post his Instagram somewhere on the screen. Make sure to go give him a follow. Now, straight out of the packaging, I gotta say, this is almost like cute in a way. I don't know how to explain it, man. We've got a young pre-Shippuden Naruto, and this figure just looks almost adorable, man. And just looking at this reminds me that I literally watched this kid throughout his entire journey, and I'm still watching him to today. Like, this dude is 30 years old now, and I remember when Naruto came out. I just loved it so much. So there's so much nostalgia in this figure for me, and it came out so good. That's what it just makes me even happier. Now, I will say one issue I have, and it's definitely going to bother me, is the fact that there is a paint splotch on the headband. Oh my god. That right there kind of ruins it for me. So I'm really going to be hoping that I can find another one of these, because other than that, everything looks good. The hair sculpt looks really good. It's painted nice enough. Not too many paint splotches other than that. On the back, we've got the all the sculpting and everything. You've got the sculpt of the headband, the hair flowing downward. You even have the little deal that he wears on his arm. I think this is the Uzumaki logo. I know this on the back is, but I'm not sure about this one. I think it is, though. I want to say that's the same logo. I'm really just now paying attention to it. But you do have his ninja tool pouch, which looks really good, painted just as good as an SHF, as well as the kunai pouch right here. So all of that looks really good. Some of this is matte. Some of this is more like a metallic plastic, so it's a little bit more shiny. But the paint work is clean all throughout. That's one thing I really like. Other than that one problem I have, the paint on this guy is very clean. It's very consistent. And if you saw my Shippuden Naruto review, then you already know that this guy articulates like a charm. And I don't know, I just really like this, man. I am really, really excited to have this. The headband looks nice. The painted whiskers looks nice for the nine-tailed fox. Those signature blue eyes look nice. The eyebrows are painted on nice. I really have nothing to complain about when it comes to this figure. And thank goodness, a good 12-year-old Naruto. I really hope that they make everybody. I want Sasuke, Sakura, Kakashi, depending on how this scales with the SHF. I want all of the Genin, Shikamaru, Choji, but that's not what this video is about. So let's go ahead and put this back so we can see how tall he stands. Now, for the height of this figure, to the top of his head, as you guys can see, he's right at about 4.5 inches. So definitely on the smaller side, and I'm perfectly fine with that. He was a kid, and Naruto was pretty much shorter than all of the other Genin when he was younger, so that's fine with me. I can't wait to see how this scales with SHF. Hopefully it's good, but we'll see that once we get to the size comparisons. Now, articulation wise, this guy is a monster. He looks up about that much, which I think is fine with what they had to work with. Unfortunately, you're not going to get him to look down very much. You can kind of get where he tucks his mouth behind the collar. Kinda, you have to pose it just right, and even still, you can somewhat see the mouth. But since it's not exactly painted on, depending on your lighting, it can look like it's hidden. He does get really good tilt and movement at the neck. That is very, very good. In terms of the arms, this is probably the best part about it. They go out about that much. T poses are absolutely no problem. And to make things even better, they can come all the way in. So if you want to pose him punching, fighting, running, whatever you want to do, he can totally do it. He does have a bicep swivel, a single jointed elbow that only works about that much. That's a little bit of a bummer, but it's not like I was expecting crazy, crazy articulation on such a small figure. And no matter how you move it, it is only going to come in about that much. As far as the hands go, they are on a hinge. Really not hindered at all. You can move these around however you want to. There's a little bit of a gap in there, which kind of looks weird, but I mean, it works for articulation. In terms of the torso, moves around just fine. He can lean back about that much. Watch out for the gapping. Doesn't really lean forward too much. Does get really good tilt and turn. At the waist, he does not turn much. That is going to pop off. You can make him turn about that much, which I think is really good. So if you want to have him running or whatever, he can totally do that. You just have to be careful. If you turn it too fast, it will pop off. But it does work, as you guys can see. And the good thing about it is it doesn't feel like it'll break if it pops off. It just feels like it's going to pop off, and then you put it back on. So as far as the legs go, these look very stiff, but actually that's because they're a little bit different. But yes, he does kick out. It's just like a weird gap. I don't think the Shippuden version does it like that, but it does work. Now that makes me question, yes, he can actually kick forward too. That is a weird joint. I don't think I've seen that before, but I mean, it works. His legs aren't going to go back because they did sculpt a butt, so yeah, he does have thigh swivel. As far as the knees go, they bend in pretty far, actually, much farther than I was expecting them to, so that's great. Foot goes down about that much, up about that much. Does have really great ankle rocker as well. So articulation wise, he's lacking in the elbows, and then of course the fact that he doesn't have a toe hinge. But this is a $9 figure, literally $10.81 after taxes here in Texas. So I don't have the right to complain about any articulation errors, especially after what we're given with this guy. Now, if I was to say that I had any particular gripe with this guy other than the paint splotch that's on mine, it would be the fact that he doesn't come with any accessories. That is such a bummer because this is the best articulated kid Naruto, and it doesn't come with anything at all. And I would have gladly paid even up to $19.99 for this figure if he came with a pair of jutsu hands and maybe just a kunai. Nothing else, nothing like too crazy, but there's so many options that you could have given this figure, and like I said, me and probably most collectors would have been willing to pay more of this, or more money for accessories. So that's a bit of a bummer, but I mean, hey, what can you do about it? Now moving on to some size comparisons. First off, here he is standing next to his counterpart, the Shippuden Naruto, released from the same line. Then we have the SHF Boruto and the SHF Itachi. As you can see, Boruto is a little bit taller than him. This is how tall I wish that this figure was. Then it would be perfect. I do think you can wedge him in with this Itachi because, I mean, Itachi is pretty tall, so that could work. Personally, I think you could do it, but I mean, hey, it's up to you. Now, next up, here he is standing next to two more figures that I think he could scale just fine with. We do have the SH Figuarts Kakashi, which is probably the best of the Naruto line. I think these two look good together. And then, of course, you do have the SH Figuarts Jiraiya-sama, and both of these look good in my opinion. If you remember in Naruto pre-Shippuden, Kakashi and Jiraiya did come off much, much taller than Naruto, so I think this works just fine. And lastly, for some extras, here he is standing next to a couple of Marvel Legends. We do have the Marvel Legends X-Men, the animated series Wolverine, the Unparalleled Cap, and we have the Marvel Legends Retro Wave Symbiote Spider-Man. So for my final thoughts on this figure, I know I have both of these on here, but I really just felt like I needed to throw both of these figures at the end of the video. These are really cool figures for a very inexpensive price. You can't go wrong with these. With the amount of articulation, the detail, and even just the overall look of these figures, for $9, you can't go wrong. You could literally have 3 of these figures for less than $35, and I don't think there's any way you could ever top that at all. If you do action figure photography, they'll look really good in shots. Or if you just like to pose these guys around, you can get him in a ton of Naruto's signature poses. Literally, you could do just about everything. The only problem is that he doesn't come with any accessories. If he did, then you'd have no problem hitting every single Naruto pose. From the Shadow Clone Jutsu, to the Sexy Jutsu, to the Rasengan, whatever you want to do, this figure is going to be able to do it. Hopefully there are some people who can create some mods or something, or hopefully this line really blows up and then they make some more of these with some accessories like some of the other figures I've seen at Walmart, like the Avatar stuff. I just hope that they do something like that. I don't know the name of that brand or any of that, but these are really, really, really cool, man. And as a Naruto fan, I'm very, very grateful for these. So big shout out to the 2 people that hooked me up with these figures. I greatly appreciate it. You guys already know how I feel in this review, so no point in beating a dead horse. Go get these guys if you can find them, because I told you what happened with me. But anyway, overall, that is my video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That always helps me out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload new content. And lastly, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below to keep up with my activity outside of YouTube. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe wherever you are, and bye.